YouTube? It's your boy Shaka252 bringing another video. First off, I'll say Happy New Year to everyone. This is the first day of the year, of the new year, I should say. I actually checked out Mango 392. He dropped a video. I know Mango. We actually linked up at RT Life's first car meet. And man, we hit it off like we've been knowing each other forever. But anyway, I watched Mango's video, and he hit on some strong points. And I really, it made me think of something. I mean, basically what I want to say is, yes, it's the same thing every year. At the beginning of the year, everybody has all these real nice, fancy quotes and everything, but it's kind of like, do you maintain that? What's your consistency? If you say, hey, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds, or I'm gonna apply for a new job to make more money, or I'm going to finish my degree, or whatever the case may be, you'll say that. But I noticed, from what I've seen in my view, a lot of people start that and they don't finish it, or they don't stay consistent. And real quick, I'll shout out my brother from another, Lorenzo Hardy, aka LKH 1978. I met Lorenzo in Greensboro, North Carolina. I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I was cleaning cars. It was back in the day, and he came in. He's from the 252 area. We've been friends since, I think it was 02, maybe 02, 03. But throughout the years, Lorenzo said something to me that I never forgot. I never forgot it at all. I was a type, I would have all of these big plans in my head, but I basically was naming plans for after I hit several checkpoints to make, but I wasn't doing the little things to get me where I needed to be to accomplish those goals. So getting to the point, Lorenzo said something to me, and what Lorenzo said to me, he cut me off when I was talking and said, he kept it real with me. He said, you always make plans, but you never execute. Man, I've told Lorenzo, that was, I don't know what year that was. It was a long time ago, but when he told me that, I'll say 09, 2010 maybe, Lorenzo said that to me, and it stuck with me. I was the type, I took that as a reality check for one, and a challenge for two. When he made that comment to me, I took a look at myself like, damn, you know what? I have all these really good plans, but I'm not doing anything at the lowest level to make sure that I can make it to that goal. So I'm pretty sure you guys heard me say before. I have the very first quote that I think would apply to a lot of people, and this is in correlation with the new year. My motto for 2020, or my challenge to everyone else out here, and even in the car community, fitness, whatever, it's kind of like, it's basically do what's uncomfortable. If you know me, you probably know I've said that so many times, and I tell people this all the time. If you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over, and you're not getting to where you want to be or where you need to be, man, it may not apply to everyone across the board, but I will say, do what's uncomfortable, because I think it's human nature to do what's comfortable, what doesn't hurt. You don't want to go too far to go out in your lane, even if it means that you're working check to check, or whatever the case may be, and you're comfortable with it, but you don't. And then a lot of people limit themselves. They'll have different checkpoints of like what they know how to do. And it applies to even if you're in the gym working out or whatever you're trying to accomplish. if you know that you can do curls or if you can do push-ups and sit-ups, but you're afraid and scared of deadlifts and squats and freaking flat bench, or like if you're afraid of 245 on the bench or whatever the case may be, that may be the thing you need to attack to get the the results that you want. So my example, like I said, you guys are a lot of you guys probably already know, but what I did was, what was uncomfortable for me was being a fireman, police officer. I won't say joining the military. I always wanted to join the Air Force, but I never considered the Marines and the Navy, and you know what I mean. I'm in the Army. I never considered that. It was only about the Air Force. But I was at a point in my life where I was way overweight. My health was terrible. Blood pressure was high. Cholesterol level was high. And on top of that, I was overworked, underpaid, and I was working just to pay my bills. And and I would see people with really nice things. I'll use my boy Lorenzo for example. Lorenzo was like, I'm not gonna say he was an idol, but he was doing things that I was like, damn, he could walk into Best Buy and buy a freaking, back then he could just buy a freaking 70-inch TV. Back then the prices were higher. He could just go in, pay it cash, and it was done. I'm like, damn, how did he get there? So I handled everything one piece at a time. So if my health was bad, I'm like, if I'm gonna be broke, I'm gonna be healthy and be broke. I'm not gonna have my health being terrible. So I was a McDonald's, Burger King maniac. So I cut that out of my life. I cut out and I just switched to like Subway, and I ate vegetables and fruit and stuff. And I walked. I started walking. Me, and I'm not gonna take all the credit. My boy Terrence Ward. We're both from Edenton, North Carolina, and we worked in the same city, worked at the same job, and we were both in the same situation. So we decided, man, like, enough is enough. So we walked every single day. I'll say 8-9 months later, I was down almost 90 pounds, close to 100 pounds. And without even hitting the gym. And to fix my financial situation, I did what was uncomfortable. I applied for the sheriff's office, the police department, state trooper, try to join the Air Force, the Marines, the Navy, and it was other places. I tried for places that I would have never thought about. I never considered. So long story short, by me changing one thing in my life allowed me to do something else that was very uncomfortable, which was ended up joining the Army. And it was probably one of the best moves I ever made. So my second motto that I have, I know I'm going on and on, but the second motto that I have is basically do something today to make the future you proud of you, or make the future you thank the old you for what you did. I personally think I really appreciate and thank the old me for getting off the couch, putting those dollar menu burgers down, getting my butt out there, walking, eating right, eating healthy, and I never forget that. And I appreciate the old me. So with that being said, it's not just about me. I want to apply those standards I had to you guys. And just like me back 2016, maybe, I'll say 2016, 2015, I was up all night watching Tall Guy car reviews. I was, like I said before, I was probably Tall Guy car reviews like second, third subscriber maybe. And I witnessed this his channel explode like in no time. He went from ashy to classy real fast. So I was that guy that was watching these videos, admiring these guys, like, oh my God, RP Productions, like, man, this guy's switching cars every freaking 6 months, and SRT Mush is Hellcat at the time. Like, man, it was just all these guys that were, even like Brew Motor Production, like he had a Daytona, and it was just like, man, like these guys are getting these vehicles, and I couldn't do it at the time. Even when I got transitioned out of the military, I wasn't in a position to do anything. It was like I wanted that, but at that time I wasn't doing anything to get me to that goal. So what was in front of me was my credit. So I was like, in order for me to get X, Y, and Z, I gotta start with the foundation, which was my credit. So instead of watching car videos on YouTube, I started watching basically credit videos, how to increase your credit worth. And that paid off for me big time. And I'll tell everybody, my scores were terrible. They were horrible when I got out of the military. It was partially because I didn't have any credit, and at the same time I actually had student loans that was killing me. So I started out with a $200 secured credit card, and I figured out, and MDG Collections also mentioned this as well. With my credit card, I had my billing due date, but I would pay my bill on the billing cycle, well, I'll say 2 days before the billing cycle end date. So to let all you guys know, if you have not heard this from me or even MDG Collections, if you have a credit card, if your due date is freaking January 4th, 9 times out of 10, your billing cycle end date was on, I'll say, December 16th. You should have that card paid off or pay the bill by December 14th. Look at your credit statements. That due date is garbage. Do not pay your bills on the due date. Pay it on the billing cycle end date. If you do that, it will basically show that you're not using any of your credit. So basically, if you paid off your credit card on the due date, let's say you maxed out your card and you want to pay the card off, but you pay it off on January 1st or 4th or whatever, and the snapshot that the credit bureaus take of your utilization is not from your due date when you pay the card off. They look at how much credit you were using on your billing cycle end date. So even though you paid it off at 0 at your due date, if you check your credit report, it looks like your card is still maxed out. Even though you log into your credit card thing and it's showing that a 0 balance, it goes by the billing cycle end date. But that's another video, man. I don't want to, but that's essentially the bottom line. So, but all I wanted to do, man, on this video, and like I said, shouts out to 392 Mango 392. Sorry, that video clicked something in my head. I was like, I got to do my due diligence to get out here and say, look, it's 2019 now. What are you going to do with it? You got a whole year ahead of you. What are you going to do with it? And I'll admit, I'm okay with saying I went from ashy to classy a little bit, somewhat, because I trusted the process. I'm trying not to cuss. I trusted the process to get me where I wanted to go, but doing that, you can end up going somewhere beyond your goal. I went absolutely light years past what my original goal was. I said I wanted to join the military to get, of course, serve my country and be somewhat financially stable. And also, I wanted to finish my degree. That was huge, man. I wanted to finish my degree. I love North Carolina A&T to death. And I was kicking myself in the butt because I couldn't finish. So when I got in that position, I still trusted the process. I ended up getting my degree from the University of Louisville. You know what I mean? I got my master's, and it started working out. And it all started from me putting burgers down at McDonald's. Just quit it altogether. Going from that to where I am now, I'm very thankful for me trusting the process and also doing what was uncomfortable. So look, guys, that's pretty much all I have. I just wanted to speak to you guys. Hopefully you survived this long video of me running my mouth. But real quick, what I wanted to do is shout out some channels that's on my watch list. I don't think I caught all of them, but the ones that stuck out to my head, I kind of jotted them down. So the channels that I want you guys to be on watch for, that I think, if you're possibly, you may already be subscribed to them, but I'll just shout them out: MDG Collections, RT Light, Work Play Drive, Hemi, Brown Bear 392 Horseplay, Fast Fit Entertainment, Mango 392, Knockout 360, Fat Cat, Joey 66, Burnsies RT, of course my big homie Kevin Van Voris, Odd to Fame B392, and my battle buddy East Coast Jeep SRT, and finally Mopar Pat. If you're not subscribed to these guys' channels, please do head over to their channels, support them, check out their content. They have excellent content. And also I'm going to add SRT Mush to this list as well. Who am I missing? FLA Hemi, check out his channel as well. I know it's so many that I wasn't able to jot down, but I wanted to get my thoughts out there first before, you know, I started naming everybody. But and so far, if you can see behind me, kinda, the Durango is back there. The air ride on the Durango is awesome. I'm still waiting to get more mods in for the Charger. I'm actually sitting in the Charger. I'm about to go hit the gym, start off the new year right. And yeah, man, I got some more content coming. And MD, also what Mango 392 was saying, I totally agree. MDG Collections set a trend, set a standard, man. Like, he started dropping content like daily, every single day, and I applaud him for that. And it paid off because his subs went through the roof, and it's quality content, very clean quality content. So shout out to Mike G with MDG Collections. But hey guys, that's all I got. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, comment, like, dislike, whatever you got to do, and head over to Instagram, Mopar_Savages CC. That is my car club, the Mopar Savages here in Kentucky. Check us out. We got a good group of guys. Just check out all our pics and everything, man. But I will catch you guys on the next one. All right, peace.